Hello, my fellow Nigerians. My name still remains Fadri Oluwadare Joseph, aka Father Joe, the former president aspirant under Labour Party. It is so sad that many of our men of God, women of God in Nigeria, pastors, are not patriotic. And when I see online that to see most of what the men of God are putting online about the last election in Nigeria, the 2023 election, I feel that so many pastors of Nigeria should please keep quiet and stop talking about the election that was just being concluded in Nigeria. The fact is, it is not everybody in your church that voted for the same candidate you voted for. A lot of pastors need to understand that it is spiritually reckless for men or women of God to say that election has been conducted, someone has lost, someone has won, and for men of God or women of God to go on the pulpit and be dictating who wins and who loses the election, who is accepted and who is not accepted. It is wrong for men of God to do that, or women of God, because there are a lot of things, even politics that goes in our churches, that if we start talking about it, we will not finish. The church is not perfect. Our election is not perfect. There's no doubt about that. Even the US, that has been practicing democracy for 250 years, yet not perfect. In 2016, Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump. It wasn't a perfect election. The whole world was shocked, but America never broke down and refused, to let anything go, right in their country. Pastors in America never started coming against who was the elect of the country then. But what we did was just to put ourselves together, and 4 years later, made him a one-time president. The church's role is not to play the role of a court. That is not the role of the church. The role of the church is to continue, to tell members, to tell your people to get more and more involved in politics, in the governance of your country, in voting. That we involved in one time and we didn't win, that is not the end. But to go on pulpit and start, inciting words like election was rigged, this and that. No. There were a lot of things that were rigged in the churches, but yet we go there. He told us that is the way God said you should do it. Even when sometimes we know it's wrong for pastors to do this and that. We don't condemn the churches like that and condemn the pastor. It is wrong for men and women of God to start condemning our election, because in your church, there are members of APC, there are members of PDP, there are members of AAC, there are people that voted for Atiku in your church. There are people that voted for Tinubu in your church. There are people that voted for even as far as SDP, AAC, Showore, and all that in your church. Everybody in your church did not vote for that same candidate you voted for, pastor. You'll be shocked that the same people you are talking to voted differently. So it is very important that men of God should stay clear of politics. Stay clear of politics and play politics neutrally. You're not God. Whosoever has won has a hand of God in it. It's not hand of devil. That your candidate, man of God, didn't win does not mean that, yes, God was wrong or the whole world was wrong. So, women of God, men of God, should stay out of politics, sentimental politics. It is spiritually reckless. And it is not good for you to use a pulpit to recklessly talk about religion, to recklessly talk about politics, and recklessly determine who's supposed to win and who's supposed to lose. Nigerian church was one of the reasons why we lost this election. Why? Because we play religious politics, thinking that only Christians will make us to be president. I'm a stakeholder in Labour Party. And we know that we lost this election because we play religious politics. Nigeria is a big country. It's a country of both Christians and Muslims. And even also the other religion, traditional. So if anyone must lead, you're not leading only the Christians. You're leading both the Christians, the Muslims, and the traditional. So to win, you must carry the religion, branches of both the Christians and the Muslim, most importantly, along. We all know that more than 40% of Nigerians are Muslims. And also, this is almost half of the country. So to think we're gonna use just the Christians to win election is insane. And that is why men of God should please tone down their rhetoric about this election. Election has come and gone. Let's accept our fate and work towards a better country. You are not patriotic Nigerian if a man of God and you go on your pulpit to dissect the election that has just been concluded. There is no election that is perfect anywhere in the world. There is no election that is perfect anywhere in the world, not even in America, that they have been practicing democracy for more than 250 years, that are still voter suppression and all what have you. Are there irregularities? Yes, they are. But they're not enough for us to condemn the whole election, the whole exercise, and call it a charade or a shamble. Let us move on. Let us move on. And if the party involved are in court, let's allow the court to do the rest. And not judging the case on pulpits every Sunday. Let's move past it. Contribute your quota as a church to the life of your members. There are churches where the pastors are living so large. Beautiful houses, excess food, luxurious cars, jets. But your members are homeless. They are jobless. And what are we doing about it? Nothing. But collecting the peanuts they have to build more houses, to buy more cars, to fly more jets. So let us not go into what's wrong with church. Let us just leave it at that. But for our politics, it is evolving. Let us continue to work at it. Work towards it. And that is when we can be able to come at the end of the day and say, yes, we are getting better and better by the day. So, as a man of God, in Nigeria, stay away from politics of interest of who you are, because you are supporting someone and the person didn't win. It is obvious. And that is why we're coming with a lot of all of these anki-pankies and all of this preaching and using the Bible to back it up. God is not an author of confusion. Enough of the confusion in the church on the pulpit about 2023 Nigeria election. It has come, it has gone. Let the court do the rest. Just tell your members, to do the right thing and be patriotic. A lot of things that are wrong in our country, even government has nothing to do with it. Because we are the government. Thank you. May God bless Nigeria. May God bless you. And may God bless me.